Donald Trump had issued the challenge with confidence. After reports that Secretary of State Rex Tillerson had questioned his intelligence, Trump suggested comparing IQ tests. Stephen Colbert seized on the statement during his monologue, but he did not produce a secret Wharton file, a sealed academic letter, or any verified score from Trump's past.
I went to great schools. I'm like a smart person. I guarantee my IQ is much higher than any of these people. I'm good at language. I've always been good at money. I guarantee I have a vocabulary better than all of them. I know words. I have the best words. I have a very fertile brain.
His cognitive test from 4 years ago.
I did say, what about a cognitive test? He said, well, it's not that easy. I said, look, I got to take it because I got to shut it up. And I took it and I aced it. And let me tell you, they always show you the first one, like a giraffe, a tiger, or this, or that, a whale.
I love the cognitive test. I always find the whale. He's usually just to the left of the scary shark you have to go around to get to the middle of the maze where the Long John Silver hides his treasure chest in there. But I always do it. I ace it because cognitive. Plus, you go up to the counter, they give you free popcorn shrimp.
Said to me, would you like to take a cognitive test? I said, is it hard? They said, yes. I said, well, I'm a very smart person. No, that's other people that do that. I don't. I'm very consistent. I'm a very stable genius.
Being like really smart is not the same thing as being really smart, sir. Tootsie Rolls are like chocolate if chocolate was made of brown wax and disappointment, not chocolate. Also, I think it's worth mentioning that people who are mentally stable generally don't announce it. They know, the people know, the cognitive. So at the very least, he knows his giraffes from his tigers, okay? Good enough to give the man the nukes. Instead of a nuclear football, they can just give him a see and say. The cow says, I am become death, destroyer of worlds.
Instead, Colbert reached for something more damaging, the public record. He reminded viewers that an IQ challenge proves nothing unless both people take the same administered test under comparable conditions. Trump's boast had created a headline, but no official contest followed. No authenticated result appeared. No university released a hidden document confirming Trump was a genius. Colbert waited while the audience absorbed the difference between a challenge and evidence. Then he opened a letter. It was not Trump's IQ score. It was a fictional device representing unanswered questions surrounding Trump's academic claims. Colbert explained that viral stories about secret Wharton tests and astonishingly low scores had circulated online without proof. Some images presented as Trump's report cards had already been identified as fabricated. That correction did not rescue Trump's boast. It exposed the deeper problem. Trump had repeatedly treated intelligence like a trophy claimed through repetition. He cited his education at the University of Pennsylvania, described himself as exceptionally smart, and pointed to cognitive screening tests as though they measured genius. But those were three different subjects.
Guy calls you a genius, you're not going to disavow. Do we agree? Only a stupid person would disavow, not a genius. No genius would disavow being called a genius. Why would I disavow? Guy calls you a genius. Is anybody going to disavow? We don't disavow. And my Republican opponents said, you have to repute that. I said, I'm not reputing it when somebody calls me a genius. Why would I repute it? Why the hell would I repute that?
Graduating from a respected university was an educational achievement. A cognitive screening was designed to detect possible impairment. An IQ examination measured a particular range of abilities under standardized conditions. None automatically proved every claim Trump made about judgment, knowledge, or leadership. Colbert placed the imaginary letter flat on his desk. The devastating result was not a number. It was the absence of one. Trump had challenged another man to an IQ contest, yet there was no authenticated Trump IQ score available for comparison. He had demanded that the public accept the conclusion before the examination existed. The audience laughed, but Colbert slowed the moment. For voters, the issue went beyond vanity. Presidents confront decisions involving military force, economic policy, public health, intelligence agencies, and constitutional limits. Those decisions are not solved by announcing that the person making them is brilliant. They are judged by evidence, preparation, consequences, and the willingness to admit mistakes. Colbert replayed Trump describing himself as a stable genius. Then he contrasted that language with moments when Trump misstated facts, attacked critics, or redirected policy questions toward personal praise. One mistake did not determine intelligence. Neither did one clever speech prove it. The pattern mattered because Trump used claims about intelligence to dismiss scrutiny. If he was already the smartest person in the discussion, experts could be ignored.